My, that's mental. You performed it before, haven't you, at the Kimmel Center?
Yes, yeah. In 2001, we actually became the first hip hop group to grace the stage at the Kimmel Center. They had just built it, and we performed with members of the Philadelphia Orchestra and the Chamber Orchestra of Philadelphia, and it was a really really fantastic experience.
Wow, that's incredible. How did that all come about, that performance?
So I started my journey with hip hop and classical music started a long time ago. My father had huge record collection, so I would sit in front of the record player, listening to everything from like Motown to Mozart. My first brush with hip hop was my father playing "Rapper's Delight" for me, as a
Yeah.
child. And a couple of weeks later, I wrote my first rhyme. Then I remember my brother bringing home the vinyl for the Beastie Boys' Paul Revere. And we sat and we listened to it and, playing it back and forth. And I'm like, this sounds like Beethoven's Fifth would go with this. So in 1987, I sat on my living room floor and combined Beethoven's Fifth Symphony and the Beastie Boys' Paul Revere, and I still perform that song to this day. Fast forward, they were building this thing called the Kimmel Center, and there was a newspaper article with this gentleman who was thinking of ways to bring together some newer ideas and a younger audience, because you can only play Beethoven for 70-year-olds so many times before you need a new audience. So I rushed down there with my demo tape and I was like, listen, I've been doing this since the 80s. It's always been my idea to perform with an orchestral ensemble.
Mhm.
And later that year, I wound up performing with the members of the Philadelphia Orchestra and Chamber Orchestra of Philadelphia, and I've been hitting the ground running ever since.